whose stock went up for wide receivers post NFL Combine. So take us home, man. Wide receivers, man. Who you got?
Yeah, man. I mean, obviously the big headliner, of course, is Xavier Worthy breaking the 40-yard dash record, which, for me, it wasn't surprising because he told me at his podium that he was planning on running 4.2 flat. So I imagine that he could even ran faster than he did, considering that he false started twice while he
Yeah.
was running the 40. But he obviously is a talker. But I'll go with his teammate Adonai Mitchell from Texas, who ran a 4.35 or 4.34, excuse me, 40-yard dash for the receivers. On this tape, he's a really smooth, athletic receiver that just seems like he always gets open. He had a really good game against Bama that kind of really kicked off his draft stock, and he's a guy that isn't like a high volume player. He's in like as high volume as even his teammate Worthy, but he can make some big plays downfield and be kind of that possession type of receiver. But he showed his speed. I don't know if he always plays at that 4.34 speed that he ran at the 40-yard dash, but I certainly think is only going to help him. And he was a lot of discussion of like where is he going to go pre-draft or pre-combine. Some people have him late first, some people have him second. I think he cemented himself as a first round pick. The size speed combination, teams are going to love that, and I would be surprised if he didn't. Yeah, and I'd be surprised if his floor is late first round. I'll say that his floor is late first round, but he could go in the top 20. That's how good he was at the combine and how much teams like him. In a similar vein, Brian Thomas Jr., another guy has been unpopular late first round. A guy mocked in the late first round. I heard at the combine he could go as high as 15. So I think after what he went out and did, he tested really, really well at the combine. Showed that straight line speed that we saw on his tape, 4.33 40-yard dash. It just outstanding. 1.5 10-yard split too is really going to catch some eyes because it was Worthy and Anthony Gould from Oregon State at 1.49 10-yard splits, but having a 1.5 10-yard split at Brian Thomas Jr. size, I think it just shows how athletic, how fast he is, and teams want speed. So I think he's after you get those first three guys, Adunze, Neighbors, and Harrison in some form or fashion. I think he starts the next run of receivers, and it could be as high as 15. So he had a really good, showing athletically. I think, just catching the ball, I think needs to be cleaned up a little bit more, be a little bit more natural in doing so. But overall, I thought he had a really good day. But probably my favorite guy of the receivers and in this class is Ricky Pearsall from Florida. And he had an outstanding testing day. At the Senior Bowl, he showed his ability to create separation and, catch everything coming his way, doing it from the outside and inside. Him and Lad McConkey were two of the big winners coming out of Senior Bowl week. And, coming out of Combine week, I think Pearsall once again, just really, really impressed. And the caliber of athlete, I think, was what really stood out. It's not just that, he tested so well. It's just like how high caliber of an athlete he is, just how fast he ran in the 40, which 4.41, ran the short shuttle 4.05, vertical 42 inches, had the fastest three cone at 6.64. You can't really ask for much more from a receiver than what he did at the combine. And, I'm covering the Eagles for the Philly Inquirer. I hope he ends up in Philly because I think he will be the perfect complement next to A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith.
Man, and you look at the Eagles. Let's talk about them for a sec, man. Well, if you're the Dallas Cowboys, Commanders, or Giants, you pissed off because that's nearly a complete team with very little holes, right? And for a draft like this, you want to run it back, you want to get your guy. Receiver, you get your guy. Tons of quarterbacks, go get your guy, right? Not that Philly needs a quarterback, but yeah, when it comes to the receiver group, they add another guy like there, like Ricky Pearsall, Thomas, one of those guys, man. It will just be fantastic for them. They'll open up the passing game, will ultimately help the running game, just everything will complement himself, and then that will turn into lots more victories, hopefully for Philly this upcoming year. One of my favorite guys, man, was Jacob Cowan, man, coming out of Arizona, man. I thought he had a really nice 40 time. Decent size of me, 5'11", 175, kind of wiry a little bit, but a major red zone target, man. So it was cool to see him out there. Shout out to a friend of the show, Jalen Coker, coming out of Holy Cross. Great. His jump was amazing. The catch drills, he caught every single pass thrown to him. That's a guy who is a sleeper because he went from Tropical Bowl and then boom, the Shrine Bowl, who absolutely lit it up. And then, of course, we got the Combine, man. So that's a guy who is like, we haven't even seen his ceiling yet, man. But that's a guy. It was good for people to see him and get to know him a little bit better. So that's someone who I'm excited to see too.
Yeah, he's a guy that I want to go back and watch because you do these pre-draft events and you try to watch as many guys as you can, but you always leave with a list of guys that you want to go and check back out. And Coker is a guy that I definitely been had on my list and want to take a look at and see just how good he is on film too. Because watching some Shrine Bowl tape before he was injured during the Shrine Bowl week, he was dominating that week too. So definitely looking forward to checking him out.
Definitely won't forget that Most type catch he had in the end zone. Everybody lost their mind. Like, who? Holy Cross? I didn't know they had a football team. Probably some people thought. I know. You and I know, of course, but he's a special talent. Awesome, man. That's our wide receivers. Now moving to DB. So some be cornerbacks, probably throw some safeties in there. And we're going to talk about whose stock went up post NFL Combine. Thank you for watching another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith, where we have exclusive NFL content and exclusive NFL interviews. Be sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. Follow us on social media. See you on the next one.